is here, and E.T. and
Good morning, John.
and Suzanne, and who's this good-looking gentleman in the green shirt and the cap, whose name I can't see. But how you doing? How's everyone doing out there? And so I guess we better go ahead and get started, shouldn't we? Yeah. Well, we've already begun. That's one thing I thought about after a couple of times. I say we should get started. We've already started. Yeah. And I see Camby's is here.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
All right. How's everybody?
We're good. We're good.
Good.
And maybe we should start with, sometimes we get so much into the readings and I forget that it's always a good idea to start with prayer. So let's start with the unity prayer. Oh my God, unite the hearts of thy servants and reveal to them thy great purpose. May they follow thy commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, O God, in their endeavor and grant them strength to serve thee. O God, leave them not to themselves, but guide their steps by the light of thy knowledge and cheer their hearts by thy love. Verily, thou art their helper and their Lord. Now, as you know, for those of you who have been, coming and sharing with us for the past so many weeks, well, first of all, I think we're coming up on a year.
Really?
Yeah, we're coming up on a year. Yeah, next month will be a year that we have been dealing with this pandemic. I don't know what will be the proper thing to say at that time. I don't think anyone will say, happy pandemic or anything like that. That won't be a good thing. That won't be a good thing to say. But yeah, and one of the, as terrible as it all is, it's good that, we found a way that we can again share with others. And so again, main thing, we're still working out of the book, Baha'u'llah's teachings on spiritual reality. And we should point out that when we started with this book, we didn't start at the beginning. We didn't. We started out dealing with first the need for a divine educator and, and the spiritual education of humanity, which is the main reason that the manifestations of God are sent, is for the spiritual education of humanity, so that humanity can be moved forward spiritually and in every other way. As far as we're told in the Baha'u'llah's writings, that we have been created to be a part of an ever advancing civilization.
Right.
And so obviously for that to happen, humanity needs to be spiritually educated. So that's where we started. But here's the thing, that was the last section of this book. At the time, we weren't really aware of how long we'd be continuing. So we are at the last chapter of the book, which is dealing with the title of the chapter is A New Human Race. But the main reason I've said all this to say is that that doesn't mean we're finished with the book.
Right.
Because this is a good book. I mean, this is a good book. And again, each chapter is a compilation of writings from different portions of the Baha'i writings. And, hardworking people have pulled them all together so they'll all be topically relevant. And today, the topic is a new human race. A new human race. If you joined us while we were coming down to the middle of that song, it's a little rough, but it's called A New Race of Men. And that's a reference to this new human race. We're going to be hearing from the writings of Baha'u'llah, also something from the Universal House of Justice, something from Shoghi Effendi. The bulk of it is coming from the writings of Abdul Baha. But yeah, again, it's about a new human race. So Daryl, anything you'd like to say before we begin, or you'd like to just go ahead and jump on in?
Let's just jump in.
Okay. You want to begin?
Sure. The purpose for which mortal men have from utter nothingness stepped into the realm of being is that they may work for the betterment of the world and live together in concord and harmony. The purpose for which mortal men have from utter nothingness stepped into the realm of being is that they may work for the betterment of the world and live together in concord and harmony. To build anew the whole world is the claim and challenge of Baha'u'llah's message. In this revelation, the concepts of the past are brought to a new level of understanding, and social laws changed to suit the age now dawning, are designed to carry humanity forward into a world civilization, the splendors of which can as yet be scarcely imagined.
Now, hang on. So, again, because of my own upbringing and just the way that I think traditionally, religion and so forth has been taught. You mean to tell me this isn't all about that? Our creation, the purpose of our creation, and the purpose of whatever it is we do, is not meant for just for, again, the personal reward, shall we say?
Oh, no.
Huh?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. What did you go with?
So, a race of men incomparable in character shall be raised up, which, with the feet of detachment, will tread under all who are in heaven and on earth, and will cast the sleeve of holiness over all that hath been created from water and clay. O peoples of the world, the Son of Truth have risen to illumine the whole earth, to spiritualize the community of man. Laudable are the results and fruits thereof, abundant the holy evidences deriving from this grace. This is mercy unalloyed and purest bounty. It is light for the world and all its peoples. It is harmony and fellowship and love and solidarity. Indeed, it is compassion and unity and the end of foreignness. It is being at one in complete dignity and freedom with all on earth. It is being at one in complete dignity and freedom with all on earth. The blessed beauty saith, ye are all fruits of one tree and the leaves of one branch. Thus hath he likened this world of being to a single tree, and all its peoples to the leaves thereof, and the blossoms and fruits. It is needful for the bough to blossom, and leaf and fruit to flourish. And upon the interconnection of all parts of the world tree dependeth the flourishing of leaf and blossom and the sweetness of the fruit.
Okay, now, Daryl, you got to break that down a little bit for me. I mean, this is coming from Abdul Baha. We've already heard some things from Baha'u'llah and Universal House of Justice and Shoghi Effendi. Most of what Daryl just read, however, is coming from Abdul Baha. And, I love the way in the writings there's this use of a lot of metaphor as far as, using the things we see in nature to symbolize humanity and so forth. But this is this is quite descriptive.
It is.
And
So it's not just born again oneself. It's
not
born
born
again
again.
the whole society.
yes,
Born again a whole society, absolutely.
So it's not just focusing on ourselves only, but because of ourselves, so the whole society need to be reborn and born again.
absolutely.
That's how Christian Bible say heaven on earth.
Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. That's exactly what we're talking about. I wish I had said it like that. I wish I could have said it like that, but I couldn't have. Okay. And one thing I should also point out, today's writings are actually a little shorter than they have been recently. So,
Okay.
we can go into a little, if you have a few editorial comments you might want to make. Okay, but okay.
For this reason, must all human beings powerfully sustain one another and seek for everlasting life. And for this reason, must the lovers of God in this contingent world become the mercies and the blessings sent forth by that element king of this seen and unseen realms. So this is not just for you, Tony, or you, it's for all human beings.
Exactly.
And then also, I think it's because if we are born again, we renew our heart and spirit and soul. And then we cannot put the old wine in, I mean, new wine in the old wine.
In an old cask.
Yes.
Right.
So that's why the whole society need to be born again.
And you know,
Absolutely.
I put my book down for a moment. Where are we right now?
Let them purify their sight and behold all humankind as leaves and blossoms and fruits of the tree of being. Of the tree of being. Let them at all times concern themselves with doing a kindly thing for one of their fellows, offering to someone love, consideration, thoughtful help. Let them see no one as their enemy or as wishing them ill, but think of all humankind as their friends, regarding the alien as an intimate, the stranger as a companion, staying free of prejudice, drawing no lines.
Wow.
This is beautiful. This is absolute.
Yeah, and it's so vividly described. It's
Unity
pretty hard
defined.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to read this and somehow want to limit it to simply ourselves or people like us, and it's hard to continue to justify any form of prejudice or exclusivity towards one group of people.
Right.
It's absolutely beautiful the way Abdul Baha pointed this out. And Nini, what I was getting ready to say is you said something about new wine, and this is the new wine.
Okay.
This is the new wine. And Baha'u'llah has pointed out, I believe we've read in past in the past about how Baha'u'llah said this is the choice wine. This revelation is the choice wine. So let's sing, or let's play choice wine. Bishara, Tarazan, Tajalia, Ishrika, Kalimati Berosiye, Kalimati Berosiye, Bishara, Tarazan, Tajalia, Ishrika, Kalimati Berosiye, Kalimati Berosiye, glad tidings, ornaments, effulgences and splendors, holy words of paradise, holy words of paradise, words revealed by my Lord, gift of light through my Lord, hidden words now revealed, choice wine now unsealed by my Lord, now unsealed by my Lord, now unsealed by my Lord. Lord. In the writings of Baha'u'llah, it is written, the seal of the choice wine of his revelation hath in this day, and in his name the self-sufficing been broken. Its grace is being poured out upon man. Fill thy cup and drink in his name, the most holy, the all praised. Bishara, Taharazah, Tajabia, Ishrika, Kalimati, Edosie, Kalimati, Edosie, words revealed by my Lord. Word of God, through my Lord, hidden words now revealed, choice of wine now concealed by my Lord, 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 now concealed by my Lord. You know, often, or at least from time to time, I should say, when we play that, occasionally I get someone who asks me what those words were at the beginning. Tarazat, Tajaliat, Ishrikat, Kalamanti, Firdausia. And those are just the names of some of the tablets, some of the spiritually holy tablets that Baha'u'llah wrote. And the words that we say after that, those are what they mean. Glad tidings, ornaments, effulgences, splendors, and words of paradise. So in case you're wondering, just thought I'd put that in there.
All right, you want to pick up on the reading?
Sure. Now you finished that paragraph, right? Regarding
Yes.
Oh man.
No lines.
I'm gonna start with that last sentence of that paragraph. Let them see no one as their enemy or as wishing them ill, but think of all humankind as their friends, regarding the alien as an intimate, the stranger as a companion, staying free of prejudice, drawing no lines. That's a song line. I don't care what anyone says. In this day, the one favored at the threshold of the Lord is he who handeth round the cup of faithfulness, who bestoweth even upon his enemies the jewel of bounty, and lendeth even to his fallen oppressor a helping hand. Wow. I didn't lose my place. I'm just thinking of something that I need to commit that to memory. The one favored at the threshold of the Lord is he who handeth round the cup of faithfulness, who bestoweth even upon his enemies the jewel of bounty, and lendeth even to his fallen oppressor a helping hand. It is he who will, even to the fiercest of foes, be a loving friend. These are the teachings of the Blessed Beauty. And I should point out that those words are all capitalized. These are the teachings of the Blessed Beauty. These are the counsels of the Most Great Name. O ye dear friends, the world is at war, and the human race is in travail and mortal combat. The dark night of hate hath taken over, and the light of good faith is blotted out. The peoples and kindreds of the earth have sharpened their claws and are hurling themselves one against the other. It is the very foundation of the human race that is being destroyed. It is thousands of households that are vagrant and dispossessed, and every year seeth thousands upon thousands of human beings weltering in their lifeblood on dusty battlefields. The tents of life and joy are down. The generals practice their generalship, boasting of the blood they shed, competing one with the next and inciting to violence. With this sword, saith one of them, I beheaded a people, and another, I toppled a nation to the ground, and yet another, I brought a government down. On such things do men pride themselves, in such do they glory. Love, righteousness, these are everywhere censured, while despised are harmony and devotion to the truth. Now, we need to point out that this was actually written in the early 20th century.
Yeah.
But is it any less applicable and appropriate and accurate a description of today?
It's today. It's an indictment of the times that we live in. It's an accurate portrayal of the times that we live in.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me that even though that this was written years and years ago, that it still applies to this day.
Yeah.
It's incredible that it seems as though we haven't. You would think that we haven't progressed, and that's the way it sounds. That we are, still in the same place, even though I believe spiritually we have progressed. The physical manifestations of where we are aren't exactly in line with where we are spiritually, I don't believe.
Yeah. It's difficult to read this, and just think of, I don't know about you, but when I read this, I think about, okay, things I've heard in the news, of course, and obviously you can apply it very easily to current events. And yet we're told, you think about where was the line, all human beings powerfully sustain one another, seek for everlasting life. I can't remember the line, but okay. Oh yeah. In this day, the one favorite at the threshold of the Lord is he who handeth round the cup of faithfulness, who bestoweth even upon his enemies the jewel of bounty, and so forth. And oh man, that's a high standard. And yet it's what we're supposed to be trying to do. It's what we're supposed to be trying to do. This new race that is being discussed here, it's not going to happen
Overnight.
Yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. And it's not going to happen by us just, just saying it and just doing what we see other people doing. I mean, it's unrealistic to think it's going to happen overnight, just like you said. But it also means that, we've got to do things. The one favored at the threshold of the Lord handeth round the cup of faithfulness, bestoweth upon his enemies the jewel of bounty, lendeth to his fallen oppressor a helping hand, etc., etc., etc. That's a high standard.
Right.
and yet it's one we have to try to meet. Okay. And you stopped with, these are the teachings of the blessed beauty, right? Is that where you stopped?
That's where you start.
Oh, I stopped. I was reading. I stopped there, didn't I? That was me. Okay, you're right. You're right. These are the teachings. I was thinking of this song, The Blessed Beauty. It's not the name of the song, but it's for anyone who wonders about the teachings of the blessed beauty. The term the blessed beauty is a name that is used to refer to Baha'u'llah. And I was just thinking as I read this, I think that's kind of why I kind of zoomed out there, that a lot of people don't know, that is a term that's referred to as Baha'u'llah. And then by association, a lot of people don't know the name Baha'u'llah or what it means or who it's a reference to.
Right.
And I don't know. I think the next song we don't have to do it right now, but I think never mind. We can do it right now.
We can do it right
Okay. This is a slightly different version, but it's in a key I know that you would approve of.
now. We'll see.
You say that you never heard the name of Baha'u'llah. That's all right. Now you have. Say you never heard the name of Baha'u'llah. That's all right. Now you have. God sends mankind his manifestation. With a brand new dispensation. In his name that is a revelation. His name is glorified all over the creation. But you say that you never heard the name of Baha'u'llah. That's all right. Now you have. You say you never heard the name of Baha'u'llah. That's all right. Now you have. Baha'u'llah came down in clouds of glory to end an age of darkness with his light. If you never heard his holy story, it might be because he came just like a thief in the night. But you say that you never heard about Baha'u'llah. Oh, you say that you never heard about Baha'u'llah. He came with a message all about oneness. He ushered in an age of unity. A brand new One God, one faith, one humanity. But you say that you never heard about Bahá'í. You say that you never heard about Bahá'í. Oh, glory of God, oh, blessed beauty, Baha'u'llah.
A little slower than we normally play it.
Yeah, like I said.
That's okay.
That's Daryl's way of saying he prefers the past version. Why did you pick it up from that?
The faith of the blessed beauty is summoning mankind.
Wait a minute. Didn't we skip a paragraph?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
The faith of the blessed beauty is summoning mankind to safety and love, to amity and peace. It hath raised up its tabernacle on the heights of the earth, and directeth its call to all nations. Wherefore, O ye who are God's lovers, know ye the value of this precious faith. Obey its teachings, walk in this road that is drawn straight, and show ye this way to the people. Lift up your voices and sing out the song of the kingdom. Spread far and wide the precepts and the counsels of the loving Lord, so that this world will change into another world, and this darksome earth will be flooded with light, and the dead body of mankind will arise and live, so that every soul will ask for immortality through the holy breaths of God.
I think we need to point out that this next part, I mean, this is a beautiful,
Yes.
it's a mandate, know ye the value of this precious faith, obey its teachings, walk in this road that is drawn straight, and show ye this way to the people. Lift up your voices, sing out the song of the kingdom, spread far and wide, etc. And the next paragraph is kind of the flip side. In a way. I don't know. I was going to let you do that.
No, I think you should.
Okay. Soon will your swiftly passing days be over, and the fame and riches, the comforts, the joys provided by this rubbish heap, the world, will be gone without a trace. Summon ye then the people to God, and invite humanity to follow the example of the company on high. Be ye loving fathers to the orphan, and a refuge to the helpless, and a treasury for the poor, and a cure for the ailing. Be ye the helpers of every victim of oppression, the patrons of the disadvantaged. Think ye at all times of rendering some service to every member of the human race. Pay ye no heed to aversion and rejection, to disdain, hostility, injustice. Act ye in the opposite way. I'm going to say that again. Pay ye no heed to aversion and rejection, to disdain, hostility, injustice, act ye in the opposite way. Let each one of God's loved ones center his attention on this, to be the Lord's mercy to man, to be the Lord's grace. Let him do some good to every person whose path he crosseth, and be of some benefit to him. Let him improve the character of each and all, and reorient the minds of men. In this way, the light of divine guidance will shine forth, and the blessings of God will cradle all mankind. For love is light, no matter in what abode it dwelleth. I'll say that again. Love is light, no matter in what abode it dwelleth, and hate is darkness, no matter where it may make its nest. Love is light, no matter in what abode it dwelleth, and hate is darkness, no matter where it may make its nest. O friends of God, that the hidden mystery may stand revealed, and the secret essence of all things may be disclosed, strive ye to banish that darkness forever and ever. That's a pretty high calling.
Very high call.
Very high calling. But there's one final verse here, passage from Bahá'í. And it's a pretty important way of capping all of this off. It's a very appropriate way of capping all of this off. Terrell, you want to read that from Bahá'í?
The potentialities inherent in the station of man, the full measure of his destiny on earth, the innate excellence of his reality must all be manifested in this promised day of God. Soon I will be done with the troubles of this world, troubles of this world, troubles of this world. Soon I will be done with the troubles of this world. I'm going home to live with God. I want to see my mother. I want to see my father. I want to see my mother. I'm going to live with God. No more weeping and wailing. No more weeping and wailing. No more weeping and wailing. I'm going to live with God. Soon I will be done with the troubles of this world, troubles of this world, troubles of this world. Oh, soon I will be done with the troubles of this world. I'm going home to live with God.
You know, I look at this last verse, and there are some words there that jump out at me. The potentialities inherent in the station of man. Everything we need to bring this about, this establishment of God's kingdom on earth, because that's what we're talking about. We have what we need. It is inherent in us. We're told that by Baha'u'llah. The potentialities inherent in the station of man, the full measure of his destiny on earth, the innate excellence of his reality. It's within us, but we have to work to that so that it may be manifested. And we're given the guidance to make that happen. But it's up to those of us who are believing and following or doing our best to follow. We have to try to not just follow it, because whatever rewards there may be that are the result of any of this are not just for that person who chooses to follow it. We have to try and share that, because as Nini pointed out earlier, it's not just a matter of, us, whatever may be the positive benefits, the blessings, if you want to call it that. It's not about just the individual soul getting into some place called heaven. It is about establishing that kingdom of God here on earth, as well as all the other blessings.
Mankind.
Yes, for all mankind, as well as any blessings that may be the result that we will enjoy in the spiritual realm.
That's why you cannot put the new wine in the old wine stand.
Yeah,
Otherwise, the new wine will be bad as well.
exactly.
So if the society, we don't try to embrace to our own and to change it upon God's justice, then nothing is still changing. Nothing
Yeah.
still changed.
Mhm.
That's why it's all those years, the word already keep telling us, but then we pick it up little by little by
Yeah.
little.
Yeah, move forward little by little like that. But again, that's the good thing, is at least we're moving forward. I mean, every manifestation of God that comes takes us further in a positive direction spiritually, and that's what's happening with the word of Baha'u'llah. But it doesn't just happen automatically. It's not just some miraculous sudden change. It's a gradual change that happens as a result of the application of the word of God to society and mankind and the world and so forth.
Says we have to work at it.
Yeah, we have to work at it. And while we may falter, it gives me I don't know, a good feeling on those times. We're told to bring ourselves to account each day, and occasionally I know, okay, I did okay today. Sometimes I could say that, but certainly not every day, not even close. But at this time, we're going to go ahead and and have other people share. And anyone who'd like to share a song or a prayer or a passage of your own choosing. And I see Camby's reaching for something there. So Camby's, please.
I will.
Why don't we change the view on that so that the person who is,
We can do that.
yeah, you can. Up in the,
خداوندا چگونه تو را شکر نماییم نعمای تو نامتناهی است و شکرانه ما محدود چگونه محدود شکر غیر محدود نماید عاجزیم از شکر الطاف تو و به کمال عرض توجه به ملکوت تو می نماییم و طلب ازدیاد نعمت و عطای تو می کنیم تویی دهنده و بخشنده و توانا
هو حسبی و حسب کل شی و کفا بالله حسیبا هو حسبی و حسب کل شی و کفا بالله حسیبا هو حسبی و حسب کل شی و کفا بالله حسیبا.
والله ای خداوند بی همتا، ای رب الملکوت، این نفوس سپاه آسمانیتن امداد فرما و به جنود ملای اعلی نصرت کن تا هر یک نظیر اردوی شوند و آن ممالک را به محبت الله و نورانیت تعالیم الهی فتح کنند. ای خدا ظهیر و نصیر آنها باش و در بیابان و کوه و دره و جنگل ها و دریاها و صحراها مونس آنها باش تا به قوت ملکوتی و نفسات روح القدس فریاد زنند توی مقتدر و عزیز و توانا و توی دانا و شنوا و بینای.